I'm out here in the park, and I've come out here to help my friend Bryan. He's got a photo project he's got due for school, and so I got to dismantle my camera because he's going to be taking pictures of my camera. Why don't you come on in here, Bryan? So this is Bryan David. I will link his Instagram at the end. So what is your new Instagram?
It's Bryan David Photography.
And I will, of course, tag it in the video here, and I will link it in the comments below, so you can give him a follow. He's a very good photographer. Camera over here.
This is Sony's A7R4 with 85mm Sigma 1.4.
1.4. Ooh. So maybe one day we'll actually do a shootout. But right now I'm helping Bryan. He's going to be taking some pictures of my camera. So enjoy. So the whole idea behind this behind this shot that Bryan's trying to do, it's going to be a composite, and he's taking a picture of my camera, and he's going to have me in the background, and I'm going to be like going through my pockets like I'm looking for something, and I'm going to be very out of focus. He wants primary focus on the camera, and then later on in my studio we're going to shoot pictures of Bryan sweeping the floors and washing the windows. He's a good helper. But we're going to take pictures of him doing that, and in Photoshop Bryan is going to miniaturize himself sweeping the floor around the camera and cleaning the windows. He's going to be washing the lens. Is this the angle? Is this the angle you want?
Yeah, that's good.
How is the contrast between the camera and my shirt? Do you want me off to the side?
Yeah, take one step to your left, please. All right.
I can face this way.
Yeah, that's. All right. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
So we are done in the park, and it was very quick, 15-20 minutes, and we're done. But most of the work is still to come. We've got to go back to the studio, and we are going to shoot Bryan in costume, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes, and I'm going to be miniature.
And we're going to make him really, 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 really small. And then most of the work's going to be done in Photoshop. You use Photoshop, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bryan will be using Photoshop. I'm going to be using Photoshop. We are on a busy street, so please excuse the noise of all these cars. I'm going to be doing some editing of the images. I'm going to try my hand at it. Compositions or composites, I don't do that often. So it's a challenge for me. It'll be fun, something to work on. He's a very good photographer, so I will link his Instagram down below, and the link will be right here, right under him. We'll put it right under him. How's that? So you know how to get a hold of him. And once again, his Instagram was recently hacked, so he has no content up right now. He's going to be adding some of his old stuff, but he wants to start all over. So if you're a model and you want to shoot with him, like I said, very good photographer, very good guy, click that link and hit him up. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we are, day 2 of Bryan's project shoot. We're here in the studio, and today we are going to capture Bryan actually doing work. We're going to, in post, we're going to miniaturize him, and just wanted to go over a little bit of how we're going to set up the scenes. So most important here, let's pull this image up. This is the scene that we're going to be shooting. I'll put a copy of it up here so you can see. And so we're going to basically dissect this image as to how we are going to shoot Bryan. And then you can see how we set up the lights to closely match the best we can in camera what we have for our scene. So let me ask you, Bryan, which direction is the light coming from?
Camera right.
Camera right, right. So
yeah.
We have a little bit of shadow here. It's kind of harsh shadow, a little bit diffused on the end because we had semi-overcast that day. Mm-hmm. And perspective-wise, how tall did you want to be in here?
I'll say half, a little bit less than half, well, around like half of the lens size.
Okay.
From the table to the lens.
So he's gonna be real small. We're gonna make him, we'll say half to 3/4 the size of the lens. We're gonna have him set up like he's washing the lens, and we're also gonna have him over here, camera on the right side of the frame, and we are gonna have him sweeping. So let's get some lights set up and let's get shooting. Okay, so this is what we've set up. I have set up my beauty dish up high to give a semi-harsh light to mimic the sun, and added a reflector in here to bounce back a little bit of light to fill the shadows. I have my 8600 in my 7-inch reflector that's gridded to give him a little more light. What's going to show here is not going to matter. Whatever is going to show in the frame is not going to matter, because in Photoshop we're going to cut him out and we're going to paste him into the image that I shared with you earlier. So I will be shooting over here. I'll be off frame. I'm trying to keep Bryan as little in frame as possible. So I would hold it in your left hand.
Yeah.
Okay. And go ahead, like face the wall. Okay, so
Like shoulder like this?
yeah, so kind of angle it, kind of to, there you go, like that. And let me see how we are in frame. I'm shooting you wide. 3, 2, 1. Let me just make sure everything's okay, nice and bright. Let's kind of go back a little bit closer to the wall, and I'm gonna have you sweeping like you're going this way. Perfect. And then that way we get a little bit of your face on you, so now you have an identity for your teacher. Okay, so let's focus on you. 3, 2,
This is good
1.
or this way?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. I will show my editing process for the composition. I'm going to show it on the computer. I'm going to have it sped up really fast, because this is not so much a Photoshop tutorial, but it's just showing you how we're setting up to match 2 different environments.